Welcome students. In this topic, we will delve into the process of welding a butt joint on an MS pipe with a 50 mm diameter and 5 mm wall thickness in a 1G position using the shielded metal arc welding process.
Objectives. At the end of this topic, you will be able to cut and bevel the pipe according to the provided drawing. Tack the pipe in preparation for butt welding. Deposit the root, second and third runs using the weaving technique and rotation method. Clean the weld bead with a steel wire brush. Inspect the weld bead for any surface defects. Here is the list of tools required for welding a butt joint on an MS pipe with a diameter and 5 mm wall thickness in a 1G position using the shielded metal arc welding process. Steel rule, scriber, prick punch, ball peen hammer, flat file, bench vise, tri-square, tongs, chipping hammer, steel wire brush, electrode cable and earth cable, electrode holder, electrode, personal protective equipment, SMAW welding plant machine and their setup accessories, C-clamp. Now, let's examine the pre-welding preparations for a pipe butt joint on mild steel pipes, each with a length of 75 mm, outer diameter of 50 mm and a wall thickness of 5 mm in a flat or downhand position, 1G, rolling. Wear protective clothing. Take a full-length MS pipe with an outer diameter of 50 mm and a wall thickness of 5 mm. Ensure that the mild steel pipe meets the correct specifications and quality standards. Inspect the pipe for any surface defects or irregularities. Ensure the mild steel pipe is clean and free from dust, dirt, grease, or any contaminants that could affect the weld quality. Accurately measure and mark the pipe for a length of 75 mm for 2 pipes. Use a marker or scribe for clear and visible marks during the cutting process. Cut the pipes to the specified size using a hacksaw. Check the squareness of the pipe end with a tri-square. File the pipe end to make it square with the pipe axis. Grind the edges to create a bevel of 30 to 35 degrees while maintaining a 1.5 to 1.75 mm root face. Remove burrs and rust from the pipe ends. Arrange the 2 pipes to form a butt joint. Align them using a fixture or a V profile of an angle iron. Use a 3.15 mm medium coated MS electrode, BIS code ER4211. Set the current to 110 amps for tacking. Before aligning the pipes on the V profile of an angle iron, set the pipes in a butt position with a 2 mm root gap. Tack weld at 4 segments at regular intervals, adjusting the 2 mm root gap between the pipes using spacers. Ensure that each tack weld ends with a keyhole. Use a tri-square to check that the pipes are in line after tacking. Visually inspect the tack welding for any defects. Now, let's explore the welding process for the pipe butt weld butt joint on mild steel pipes, each with a length of 75 mm, an outer diameter of 50 mm and a wall thickness of 5 mm in a flat or downhand position 1G, rolling. Set the tack welded pipes in a V-profile angle iron on the table. Position the V-profile on the table for welding in a flat or downhand position. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment PPE such as welding gloves, a welding helmet with the proper shade of the lens, and flame-resistant clothing. Inspect welding cables for any damage or exposed wires. Ensure the welding machine is properly grounded. Check the welding torch for any defects. Ensure the electrode is correctly positioned in the torch. Set the current to 110 amps for a 3.15 mm diameter electrode for the root run. Place the electrode in the holder at a 90-degree angle or a 45-degree angle away from the end of the holder. Strike the arc on the bevel at approximately 3 o'clock. Carry it down to 4 o'clock, pausing for the root face to melt and a keyhole to form. Then, reverse your electrode direction. To run the first pass uphill, similar to a welding plate in the vertical position, use an electrode with a push angle of 5 to 15 degrees upward. Whip upward without damaging the pipe's surface on either side of the V groove. Stop when you reach 1 o'clock. Clean the bead thoroughly. Turn the pipe 1/4 of a turn. Proceed welding in the same manner. Repeat this process for all 4 quarters of the pipe to complete the first pass. Start the next electrode slightly below the crater. Use the keyhole technique for root penetration. Remove slag thoroughly from the root. Use a 3.15 mm electrode for the second pass, hot pass. Weld the second pass using either a triangle motion or an alternate weave, similar to vertical plate welding. Weld the third pass, known as the cover pass, following the same pattern as the second pass. The sequence should be root pass, hot pass and cover pass. Adhere to the maximum root and face reinforcement shown. When completing a pass, overlap slightly and break the arc by slowly drawing it away from the puddle. Pause at the sides of the joint to burn out any entrapped slag and fill in any undesirable undercut. Clean the weld bead with a steel wire brush. Inspect the joint for any surface defects. Here are the precautions to follow and the defects to be aware of when performing a pipe butt weld butt joint on MS pipes with a 50 mm outer diameter and 5 mm wall thickness in position 1G rolling. Avoid over deposition and side undercut by maintaining the proper angle and travel speed of the electrode. Always wear protective clothing. Use tongs to hold the hot job. Take care to pause at the sides of the joint. Let us look at the defects which can be identified during the inspection process. Undercut. Lack of penetration. Entrapped slag. Cracks.
Recap. In this topic, you have learned the following key skills and techniques: cutting and beveling the pipe according to the drawing, tacking pipes in preparation for butt welding, depositing the root pass, second pass and third pass using weaving and rotation methods, cleaning the weld bead with a steel wire brush, inspecting the weld bead for any surface defects to ensure the quality and integrity of the weld.